everyone, I'm Michael.
And I'm Justin.
And I'm I was trying to say Grandma. I'm Mom.
Yep, Karen, as you all lovingly know her. We're Prego Italia, living our Italian dream. We're American expats, formerly from California, now living full-time in beautiful Scalea. Today's a rainy day, which is great for the 1st of September.
Yes.
We're enjoying getting the gardens watered, and it's quite a change. It's refreshing as well.
It is very nice, yes.
So today we have a fun episode. During the week, we had our dear friend Michelle's birthday party. We're going to share that fun. Actually, some people may not know, Michael's a professional tarot card reader and palm reader. Formerly in Palm Springs. He actually did that professionally at a little shop, so pretty cool. So he was the life of the party and gave some readings. So, well, you'll see that ahead. And actually, he gave about 10 readings that day. Everybody lined up and wanted one.
I was exhausted.
He didn't offer it. Someone just asked, and the rest followed suit. And then it's so cute. We filmed the chef, a little Italian Nonna.
The cook, yes.
Yeah, she came down and got one, so that's filmed. It's really
so
fun.
Happy.
Translated too. So translated reading.
Right.
You'll see that fun ahead. And I have some exciting news. I'm officially an Italian citizen. My citizenship came through. So we'll share that with you ahead. And we look forward to sharing this episode, everybody. Enjoy.
As always, if you guys haven't done so yet, please hit that like and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to help this channel grow. And go ahead and leave those comments because you know we like reading
We
them.
love them. Keep the comments coming. For Michelle's birthday, she chose one of her favorite restaurants in Scalea. And today is Michelle's birthday party. Yay! And John, what restaurant are we at?
Calabria.
And say it in English.
White cock.
That's what Michelle likes. From her birthday. A restaurant. Anyway, and what are we having for lunch today? Oh, yummy pasta. It's a veal ragu. Delicious. Yay! Are you guys enjoying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes,
Michael. Happy birthday! Fun party! Yay! Well, everybody enjoy. Cheers to Michelle. So we say. Happy birthday! And many more. Thank you for having us, dear.
yes.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Yummy. Michael's been doing at the party, reading palms.
Okay, what I'm seeing right here is that she has the mystic cross.
Croce Mystica.
Okay. She puts, one of the ingredients she puts in her cooking is not just recipe, but heart.
L'ingrediente non solo gustosa, but heart.
From the heart.
Cuore.
Quando
Cibo.
cucinare,
Cibo
quando
per
cucinare,
cuore.
You cook
cucina con il cuore.
Insieme. Quando cucino con il cuore. Sì.
Okay, when you cook for people, it is not just a restaurant, you cook for family.
Allora, quando cucini per le persone, non è che non cucini per il ristorante, ma per la famiglia.
Okay. I see right here and right here that her heart line and lifeline connect.
Ok. Quella è la linea del cuore.
Connect, they meet.
Dei meet.
Incrociati.
Si incontrano.
Sì.
Del cuore delle azioni. Action. Action and heart.
And heart, and life. La
Ok.
vita.
Vivere.
Ok, quando agisci ci metti il cuore.
Okay. When I get right here, I see 2 lines. That means that even though she cooks and she loves cooking, there was something else that she wanted to do also.
Oh, Michelle.
Qualcosa d'altro che lei ha voluto fare? Lei ha voluto fare qualcosa non solamente cucinare, ma c'era qualcosa di altro che vuole fare.
Okay, but I see cooking started as a necessity and has become passion.
Perché è cominciato come un lavoro in una società, poi è diventata passione. Cioè, ti ha messo in mezzo Danilo, però poi alla fine è diventata passione.
I see right here that she is a very emotional person and she feels what other people feel.
Allora, sei una persona molto emotiva e senti cosa sentono gli altri. Empatica.
Okay, I see right here that she is a person that is very strong and very determined.
Diciamo?
Determinato.
Ah, ok, determinata, ok, sì, ok.
È forte.
Sei forte e determinata.
And
Mica tanto.
I want to say that not too long ago, things at Gallo Bianco were very hard, but she did not give up.
Sì, vabbè. Che fino ad ora, cioè, in questo passato non tanto recente, le cose sono state abbastanza difficili qua, però non ti sei arresa.
Instead, she tried harder.
Sempre più adesso c'è messo.
And that is admirable. That is very good. I'm wanting to say that when it comes to her cooking, oftentimes I've already said she puts her heart in it. She said that already. Okay, what I'm seeing right here is a triangle. And that triangle means that you are a very balanced person.
Okay.
That she knows how to balance spiritual, physical, and mental. She is balanced.
Sei bilanciata. Cioè, le tre sfere spirituali, mentali e fisiche sono allineate, sono bilanciate. Che c'è? Ciao ciao.
These lines right here, okay, and these lines right here show me that the road that, or the place she is at right now has taken a long time to get to, and there has been many hardships to get here.
Ok.
Where she is now,
Now,
it takes a long time and there were hardships.
Dove sei adesso durerà ancora tanto tempo. Danilo ti incastrerà ancora adesso.
No, Danilo, no! No, me ne scappo da te! Me ne scappo!
Is her son. And she doesn't work with him because
Me ne scappo!
Hey everyone, I just want to give a cool plug for Amici Mie. How do you say it, Mike? Amici Mie. Pet shop and grooming here in Scalea, right across from Mary Lou's cake shop. Amazing, amazing work they did on my mom's doggy Zena. They washed her and groomed her and she looks so pretty. Only 30 euros. Isn't that amazing? And she's as happy as can be. So Yay, just wanted to give a good plug. Awesome groomers here. Hey everyone, I'm here with Nelson. We're at the Questura de Cosenza. So it's the immigration office. Mom's inside because they let her in with her walker ahead of time. We're waiting for her immigration appointment. So it's part of the procedure for her getting her residency. She's here for dual citizenship gaining, but you have to register and everything. And then we're up in Cosenza. So everybody, even if you're in the Scalea area, this is our regional city head. And this is where you come in Cosenza to file your immigration, just to let them know you're here officially, and all that bureaucracy stuff that one has to go through. And Nelson, of course, is here today to help us translate. He's great at such services. So up in Cosenza again. Mom wasn't happy to come back after being up here for 2 months in the hospital, but today it's kind of more fun for her because we get to see sights and stuff that she didn't get to see in her previous out of the hospital condition. So thank you, Nelson, for helping us out today.
You're welcome as always.
Okay, awesome.
So everyone, today is an exciting day, yay! And Dustin's smiling and giggling all day. Why don't you tell us why, sweetheart?
Well, I am super excited because I am officially now an Italian citizen. Yes, I am. You're probably wondering how that happened, if you hadn't remember if I spoke in the past. If you are of Italian ancestry, there's a possibility you can get Italian citizenship because technically by Italian law, you're considered Italian at birth, which is awesome. And to make a long story short, it's called Juris Sanguinis. It's by ancestral bloodline. It's a very awesome thing. It takes a lot of work. I'm officially recognized. So what it is you have to collect a lot of documents. You can go back as far as you can, as long as you can prove it to your last ancestor that left Italy. And for instance, in my case, they went to America, and that was my great-great-grandfather. And you can either go on a maternal or a paternal side, but if you go on the maternal side, it's a little difficult. There's a 1948 rule, so it gets a little complicated. A lot of people keep asking how you get this and such, and I personally cannot help people get it. I'm not an attorney or anything qualified to do that, but I can refer you to a Facebook group, which is U.S. and Italian, a dual U.S. Italian citizenship, and look for that on Facebook. It's about 40,000 members, and it's really very helpful resource. It'll explain it from start to finish. So I suggest that if you're interested, if you think you might qualify. And it's a little tricky, a little different for everyone. What it is the last ancestor that immigrated from Italy has to go to, for instance, they could go anywhere in the world, Canada or Australia, anywhere. But for instance, my case to America, they cannot naturalize before the next one in your line is born, or you're immediately not qualified. So if they are still an alien in America when they have the next child in your line, which would have been my great-grandfather, they have to remain an alien, and so on. So if they've already become a U.S. citizen, by the time they have the next one in your line, you're not qualified. I do know that, I can share with you. So you collect you have to know the commune in Italy they're born in, which this is a tricky part if you're going back far, and if your family hasn't kept records verbally or written, you have to actually find out of like 8,000 communes in Italy, you have to find and know where this relative was born, because you have to seek out and get from that commune their actual birth certificate record, and if they were married in Italy, the marriage certificate as well. So I was lucky to find those down in Sicily, and they do send them to you for free.
Along with a cannoli or two, right?
But you request it, and there's services you can hire, and a lot of people spend a lot of money. Excuse the little car noise here. We're sitting in a piazza after lunch. But a lot of people spend a lot of money, and if you want to go that route, look for reputable, services to help you get your dual citizenship, but you can do it alone. So I did it, and you can do it. A lot of needle in the haystack collecting documents. You have to get something called long form. So for instance, you have to order birth, death, marriage certificates for each individual, going through to my mother, to myself. If you're divorced.
And I will say, I'll stop you right there and say something important, something that
as the car starts.
So hold on.
Excuse the noises.
Okay, so the one thing that I'm going to interject there, because it is important, is you talked about the long form birth certificate. Everybody, there are different forms of a birth certificate, so do not think that just because you have the birth certificate that you came home from the hospital with, that you're good to go. It is not the one you need. You need to get the long
Yeah,
form.
you actually turn in originals, so it's good to order multiple copies when you're collecting of all your relatives in your chain. That would be, you know, yourself, of course, and your spouse, because your spouse will qualify as well. That I'll speak of in a little bit. And your minor children, they're instantly, if you have minor children, they're instantly recognized as well. So you have to have their birth certificates, etc. So it's long form, and you check off when you're seeking those. You can get them anywhere from around the country. You can also use Vital Check service to order instead of having to go to each individual state and stuff. So I suggest that Facebook group. It gets you started, but moreover, it's just a very cool thing. I am just so proud to be an Italian. I am learning the language. I respect it. So my appointment today, when I went and did fingerprinting and did my passport photo and everything for my card, which comes in a week of my plastic card, I turned in my residency card, got a receipt, so I'm waiting a week for my plastic actual citizenship card. So I am now officially a citizen of Italy, and which the EU, yay, is I'm a citizen now of the whole EU, which I'm very proud of. I will retain my U.S. passport and always be an American as well. I get to keep both, so yes, you can be a dual citizenship.
So I will say it's very funny. Most days Justin wakes up about 8, 9, and it takes him a while to get going. Today he woke up and he's like, I'm getting my card today. So
well, yeah, I was recognized officially a week ago, but my appointment for the card today was fun. Once you're putting the fingerprints in and everything, and you really sets in that's official. I've waited quite a few years because, I mean, 2016 I started collecting documents, and it really sped up during the COVID isolation. I was collecting from around the country and everything. It fell into place. Also kind of a supernatural thing because my family, you know, my late grandparents on my mom's side, I used the male chain. Because if you use a female chain, as I mentioned, it's a little harder, but possible. But it's very clean with the male chain, so I always suggest you use that. And that's due to a 1948 law, so you can research that. But to make a long story short, which I am a long story short, living, everything's a long story. So
to make the long story a little bit shorter.
My grandparents, I remember when I was a little boy, my late grandfather, he had wrote like a rough family tree, and that got lost. But thanks to the internet, Ancestry.com actually, and there's other sites you can join, and you can kind of do your detective work. All forms off there are not official, those don't count, but they're just a good research site for census and different things. So I was able to just accidentally, through communication with someone, get a rough, you know, on the commune where I thought perhaps my great-great-grandfather was born, and then it turned out he was, and I actually, you know, lucked out. So a lot of people, it's probably very difficult, so I feel very blessed with that. I felt like ancestors were smiling down and giving me that information because it all just fit into place, and everything accelerated once I was collecting little amounts of things. Everything just poured in at once, and I was able to order everything off. And then you have to get an apostille, which is each state. For instance, if you order something from Minnesota, you have to wait for that birth certificate to come back on the individual or marriage. Then you have to send it off to their State Department for an apostille, which is for international use. So there's a lot of work. It's not just like, oh, here, I think I have some family documents, I can get it. And you cannot come to Italy and get it like a vacation where you think, oh, it's just gonna take a few months. Mine took a little over a year or so.
Yeah, that's something that I feel is very important. I'm gonna touch on, because we had somebody yesterday that did not actually know this. They and there's a lot of people that come here and think that, oh, I'm gonna apply for dual citizenship, and then once my vacation's done, I'm going home and I'll just wait. You cannot do that.
It's not a vacation thing where you just come, turn it in, and leave. You actually cannot leave the country and go in and out and everything. I think if there's a funeral, you can get a special pass, but they do that on purpose because it's not for vacation citizenship gaining. You have to officially live here. We were moving here anyway, but you have to make a commitment to live here, to either purchase or to lease with a shown lease, utilities. It's not something yet, you know, you could just be like, oh, I'm just going to do it because I said so.
Right. What a tragic thing, right? To make the commitment to live in Italy.
No.
Gosh, that's hard.
We were moving here anyway, and this made it possible, you know, and that makes it legally possible. While you are applying officially in for your dual citizenship, you get a special permit to stay because you are becoming a citizen. So it's not a visa, but how other people would need elective visa, that's not necessary when you're officially applying for dual citizenship. And once again, it's your sanguinis. I'll type that down below so you see the spelling if you want to Google it. But super exciting. My mom also, she's the same paperwork chain as me since it's in place, and hers are in. She will be applying for hers. in our community, for instance, there's a big gap, so quite a few months before they're taking applications again. Every community is different, very small ones to very large ones, each have their own procedures and time frames and such. So wherever you're moving, check ahead of time with them, or wherever you're planning to, if you're planning to come to Italy to apply, check with the community ahead of time if you can, and how their process works, and if the department's familiar with doing dual citizenship.
I will say, from the outsider point of view, because I've been the one watching from the outside here, it did take a while for him to get it. And the funny part is we went through a couple moments where he's like, ah!
It was stressful.
But the reality is, if you do it in Italy, you are going to get it done way quicker than if you do in America.
If you apply at a U.S. consulate, of a consulate in your region, like there's regions you can investigate. So different states share one consulate. So if you're in, for instance, Mississippi, I believe Miami is the consulate, etc. So you would have to look into that. And there's a wait, for instance, in Los Angeles, or anybody that shares on the West Coast, that region, I believe it's 4 years or more to get an appointment to even put your application in. So it's pretty crazy in a lot of the U.S. consulates to even get an appointment. But once again, that Facebook group I mentioned earlier, that if you join that, they'll help you out with learning all the procedures and steps to do. It's a great forum for that. But it's a great opportunity. If you come to live to Italy and do this, it's a great thing. I technically now could live anywhere in the EU, pick Spain or something, but I love Italy, and this is where we want to be. So once you're recognized, someone can live and work anywhere in Europe, which is amazing. And it's a great opportunity. If you have minor children, they will instantly get theirs. If you have adult children and you get yours, they have to get theirs separately. If they're not applying at the same consulate or comune, they need a whole separate set of papers.
Sorry, adult children.
And once again, I'm very sorry. I have a friend in Florida, and she kind of wrote me and asked something, and then her father, unfortunately, was already before she was born had done his naturalization to the US, so she didn't qualify. So that was kind of sad. So that, be prepared for that one thing can just exit immediately. So hope they remain an alien when their next child in your direct line was born. So anyway, folks, I'm super excited. Yes, I am officially now an Italian. I must learn the language, not by law. I must point that out. You don't need to by law learn it, but I need to out of respect for Italy. So I'm learning. But if
and he needs to learn, apparently we were in Tari just beforehand, he needs to learn the Italian cultures too, because now suddenly no more cappuccinos or Americanos for him. Afternoon.
Francesco, he was teasing me because I had veal for lunch, Milanese, and he's like, no cheese, Italian boy, no cheese on it. So things I put my Romano sprinkles on, he's laughing on my salad and stuff. He's all, you Italian? No. And of course, just little jokes like that. So he's having fun with that. So yes, I respect Italy, and I promise to learn the language. So
I think one of the coolest things, though, is we moved here just over a year ago, and when we moved. Yeah, when we moved here, it was instantly, you feel like home. The people are so warm and so welcoming.
As I choke. As
he chokes. So we've always sort of felt like we belong to the community, but now Justin actually does belong to that community, so that's really cool for him.
It's a very surreal feeling to not just be like, oh, hi, I have a residency, I'm a foreigner or something. It's like, oh, this is bizarre. And it's cool to be a dual citizen of 2 different countries and stuff. That's such a gift. But it's strange. It's very like, wow, this is like wild.
And so why don't we tell them about spouses, how that happens?
After I'm done choking on my own breath here. We leave it all in. We even leave our coughs and sneezes. But yes, the spouse can apply. That's a separate thing, and it takes a couple years for them, and they do need to learn the language by B1. So that just is for the spouse. Michael and I, even same-sex marriage, that qualifies as well. So in Italy, of course, their marriages are recognized as a civil union, but we're from the U.S. and we're legally married, and he does qualify.
Right. Now, the cool thing with the spouse is after, Justin has his dual citizenship at this point. So once you have dual citizenship, the spouse can stay in Italy with you for as long as it takes them to get their dual citizenship
and I believe,
as well.
For instance, if people have minor children together, that speeds up, I believe, by just half the time. that it takes for the spouse to be recognized if there's minor children involved as well.
And like you'd said, as a spouse, you do have to learn it to the B1. The good thing is I actually like learning and I'm enjoying learning the Italian language, so that's not going to be like a big problem for me.
I promise I'll learn mine. I'm day by day, a couple more words I'm retaining, and I'm finding myself, even at the appointment, I went out of my way to try to speak as much Italian as I can. I was pretty proud of myself. The lady, she went a little fast, but she went slow with me because she had met me before when I got residency, but she was very happy for me and such. So it was very nice. They don't like, ticker tape parade you in this community at least, but maybe somewhere they do. But it's kind of like you're born again. They actually literally file your birth certificate and marriage, everything in the community.
Then they take you out in the sea and they dunk you. No.
So no, it's actually fun. So I'm actually now, my community where I live in Scalea, I'm actually registered, so it would be my birth community technically now, even though at 53 I'm reborn as an Italian citizen. So that's what I told Michael, it's like reinventing yourself literally and getting born again as a new citizen. So it's pretty awesome. So thank you all. I think I've spoken in the past about this, so it's a pretty personal, exciting thing for me. And then of course my mom's getting hers and such, and then Michael will get his, but it's awesome. And we will always have the US and California in our heart, but it's so wonderful to make a choice to move to Italy and get to be an official Italian. Yay! Thank you for coming along on the journey. I hope if you hadn't heard about your ability, maybe someone out there might be able to look into it and get yours as well if that's of something of interest, because it's pretty awesome. Thank you for sharing your time. I hope I helped you out. Hope everyone enjoyed that episode. We had a great week and we enjoyed sharing it with you. So excited to now be an Italian citizen. Mom's gonna get her dual citizenship soon, and through marriage, Michael will get his.
Yes.
Thank you for being along on our adventures, and we look forward to seeing you the next time.
And we're going to say the same thing we always do in this video, you guys. Baci baci.
Baci baci.
I say ciao.
And dare to drink.
Love you all. See you next time.
Hey everybody, it's official. Prego Italia merchandise is here. So please visit the website shown here to get your hands on some Prego Italia gear. Hey everyone, so we have exciting news. We are now on Patreon, and you can find the link to that right here below.
There will be the info for you to find us, Patreon. We actually, in advance, want to thank you very much for your patronage.
Thank you.
Your support will enable us to grow this channel to where we hope it gets to be, and also enable us to travel throughout Italy and share many more experiences with you. So thank you in advance. Baci baci.
Baci. Thank you to all of our wonderful patrons who help us to continue to grow this channel and share our journey with all of you.